So Murder Drones episode 6 came out almost a week ago, and what an episode it was. Once again, as per usual, Liam has left me and thousands of other people shocked and with expectations completely shattered with this episode. Leading up to it, I was hoping that episode 6 wouldn't make the same mistakes episode 5 did. If you saw my video on episode 5, you'd know I was rather critical of it, and I thought that there was a lot more they could have done with what they presented. And overall, I thought the episode was rather disappointing and kind of fell flat. And I could only hope that episode 6 would be better. And oh boy, it was. I like a lot about this episode. Pretty much everything, actually. And while there are still a few small complaints, mostly just minor issues I have with it, overall the episode is definitely a major improvement over episode 5, and has quickly become one of my favorites, right next to the third episode and the pilot. Now, as much as I want to go on a rant about the elephant in the room, I'm going to talk about that later. First, I want to focus on the other things presented in this episode. So, here we go. Talking story-wise and what actually happened in the episode, I really liked it, and I think they did a lot better here with what they presented and with telling a story than they did with episode 5. I'm not going to summarize what happened in the episode, because you can just go watch it yourself, or if you really want an analysis, you can just watch this video by Cartoon Universe. But I'm really curious to see where the show is going to go next after the events of this episode and what was revealed. For example, how will the ending to episode 6 transition into the beginning of episode 7? What will the characters' initial reactions be to V's death? I'm also curious to see if the reveal that Earth was destroyed is going to play a bigger part in the show, or if it was just information that was thrown out there just to know. Like, oh yeah, by the way, there's no more Earth. And that's it. Because this was the plan all along. This was Uzi's end goal, to make it to Earth and presumably kill all humans. But now there's no more Earth, and there's probably not many humans left either. So, was that just information to know just to know? Or is it going to serve a deeper purpose in later episodes? And something I'm really curious about, as I'm sure everybody else is how this whole thing with Uzi being corrupted by the Absolute Solver is gonna play out. A part of me actually thinks that they're setting up Uzi to become the main villain of an episode again, or some kind of Solver-possessed Uzi, or Sin-possessed Uzi, something like that. Because the Solver is corrupting Uzi each time she uses it, and she's already begun speaking like the Solver and using the same creepy faces that Sin used. And with what Tessa says here,
when we get to the labs and find that list, I'll need you to choose the universe over one little drone, and before she's not herself anymore.
I have to wonder just how things are gonna play out, and I'm really interested to see what happens. Will Uzi become the villain again, or will we get some kind of big ultimatum N has to choose from, between saving Copper 9 and possibly even the universe at the cost of sacrificing Uzi, or choosing Uzi over everyone else? Because clearly the show is leaning into the NX Uzi ship, especially now with V possibly gone for good. And with this line that Tessa says, I think we're gonna get a situation like that later on down the line, either in the next episode or episode 8, or maybe if there's like a season 2 or something. Obviously, I don't know what they have planned. I'm not Liam, I don't work for Glitch, so that's just what I think, but it really seems like they're going that direction. Anyway, that's about all I have to say about the story-related stuff. Now I want to talk a little bit about the new characters as well. Tessa is a great comic relief character, and I love that she's one of those funny characters that know more than they let on. It's great. And I love how she can go from goofy and joking to ominous and eerie. It's awesome. Some of my favorite moments are when the camera focuses on Tessa's helmet and all you see is the reflection of the drone she's facing. I just love the eeriness of it. Like this scene, and in the audience just learned that Earth was destroyed, and when he looks over to Tessa, all we see is his reflection in her helmet. It's so eerie, and the music makes it all the more better.
We know it mutates in damaged AI.
And?
I think she's right. Coming or what?
Some of my favorite scenes revolve around Tessa, whether it be her eerie demeanor when she gets serious or just the funnies that she throws in. I love it. Like here, this is one of my favorite moments from the entire episode.
Huh. Rightio. Sources say that was... Except I'm going this way, don't take me to Kansas!
The new characters Alice and Bo, at least I think that's how you pronounce it, are a bit of a mixed bag for me, since they're just throwaway villains that die in the same episode that they were introduced in. But, I don't know, I guess they were cool for the time they had on screen. Alice is one unhinged psycho freak, and it's pretty cool. And the way she's first introduced by cutting the head off of a drone and mentioning how she tries not to damage good parts.
I try not damage good parts. Of course, some parts more valuable than others, ain't they? More valuable.
Oh, it's so messed up, it's so gross. She's taking pieces of corpses to add to herself, or whatever else she does to them. Oh, it's gross, it's messed up. I also think it's kind of odd how she runs around on all fours and climbs on things like some kind of animal, even sitting on this stool like some kind of animal. Maybe it was just a design choice to further demonstrate how crazy she is. I don't know. I think it would have been cool if her character was explored a bit more, and maybe she had a little more screen time, since it was kind of disappointing that they just threw her away like that. And the fact that she's apparently had experience with solver-infected drones and knows how to subdue them could have probably made her a formidable enemy if given the chance. However, I can't say the same for Bo. In fact, I don't really have anything to say about Bo except for, I guess he's cool? Creepy? I mean, it's a robot baby on spider legs. That's some horror movie Sid from Toy Story shit right there. But he doesn't really do anything throughout the episode aside from get yelled at by Alice.
Back to the others! Can't leave the office, idiot! Bo! Help me with...
Free V and then die. I guess his intro is creepy.
Shoot the baby immediately.
That's not good enough!
But other than that, I don't really know what to say about him. The Sentinels are also pretty cool as well. They're robot dinosaurs, robot raptors, which is already sick. I mean, who doesn't like dinosaurs? And their boot loop stun ability is also pretty scary. The idea of getting frozen in place like that and then killed by some dinosaur monster and there's nothing you can do about it, it's kind of like Medusa, just without the turning to stone thing. Freaky. I think it'd be pretty cool for these things to return. They're an actual threat and they raise the stakes, they give some sense of danger. No longer does N being a disassembly drone make him almost entirely invincible, since these things can kill disassembly drones. Even Tessa isn't safe from them, and she's a human. Probably. Now the only thing that can prevent the Sentinels from killing them is the plot. Overall, I mostly like the new characters. Alice was a deranged lunatic, Bo was, Bo, and the Sentinels are pretty cool obstacles, and I kinda hope to see them again at some point. Oh right, Jay and Doll exist in this episode too. Well, Jay only gets like a minute of screen time, so can't really say anything about her. And Doll, well, she got V killed, so she sucks. Yep, I said it. Doll sucks. She's trash. She's garbage. Lizzie is better. Bite me. I did want to point out a minor issue of mine with the episode, though, and that's the characters' names already being spoiled when they're first introduced because of the subtitles. When the video begins, you already figure out the dinosaurs are called Sentinels because the subtitles refer to them as such. The girl at the beginning, she's O29. How do I know? The subtitles! Just a minor issue of mine. Anyway. And also, I should probably just go ahead and mention it, the NX Uzi ship is in full swing at this point. Maybe that's why they actually killed off V, to get rid of the NXV ship and make more room for NX Uzi. I don't know. But yeah, it's been fully embraced at this point. While the other episodes have hinted at chemistry brewing between the two, it's obvious in this episode that they've developed feelings for each other. I'm sure that's probably upset some people who didn't get the love story they wanted, or just because they don't like shipping at all, which I don't either. But personally, I don't really care. As long as it doesn't subtract from everything else going on in the show in order to make their romance center stage, or they make it weird. But they probably won't do that. The internet does a good enough job of that already. And besides that, it also looks like the developing romance between the two is going to cause some kind of friction in the story, as per the aforementioned Tessa quote, and what I was talking about earlier about how N might have to make a decision between Uzi and the universe. Putting N in a situation where he has to choose between the person he has feelings for and the entirety of everything and everyone else is a genius move, albeit a bit cliché. N is a big pushover, and now he's faced with a massive choice that could end in the death of either Uzi or the entirety of the universe itself. Anyone would be under a massive, massive amount of pressure when faced with a decision like that, and it could lead to some serious character growth as he not only has to make an extremely tough decision, but also choose how he spends his time and grows closer to Uzi with the knowledge that in the end, he might have to lose her. It's intriguing, actually. So, yeah, I don't really care that they're embracing the shipping. It seemed like it would happen eventually anyway, because that's just how it kind of works. But as long as their romance doesn't subtract from the rest of the show, then I don't really care what they do with it. And besides, it might lead to some pretty cute N and Uzi scenes, so, yeah. Anyway. And the last thing I want to mention is the music. The music is absolutely phenomenal. It's been a constant throughout the series. The animation gets better, the story gets deeper, but the music has almost always been an absolute banger, and this time is no different. Just like the knife dance in episode 3, I absolutely loved the music during the final fight with the Sentinels, or the rising intensity of the music when Alice and Bo release the Sentinels after N and Tessa. It's awesome. The music has always been one of my favorite parts of Murder Drones. And damn it, that song Eternal Dreams at the end? Yeah, it's only like 18 seconds, but after what happens before it, it hurts my heart. That song is heartbreak. Damn it, man. Speaking of the end, oh boy. There were a lot of shocking things that happened in this episode. Robot dinosaurs, unhinged maniac drones, Uzi and N going full shipping mode and holding hands, the reveal that Earth was destroyed, etc. But by far the biggest shock of the episode came at the end when V sacrifices herself to the Sentinels to save Uzi, N, and Tessa.
Hey,
No! Dave! We need you!
Nah. Uzi? I trust you.
Dave, please!
This was a massive gut punch and left everyone shocked and some even emotional. I was filming when it happened, and, well, my reaction speaks for itself.
Steve, we need you!
Yeah. Uzi,
What?
I trust you.
No way. No way. No fucking way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no fucking way. No fucking way. No way they just fucking killed me like that. After everything? What? There is no fucking way. What was the point? What was the point of everything then? Why make her a good guy? If you were just gonna kill her, why make her a good guy? She should have just stayed a villain. What? This is primarily what I've been thinking about since the episode released, wondering just why they decided to kill one of the main three characters like this, trying to think of possible reasons as to why it happened, what will happen next, how will the show continue with V gone? Is she really gone? Will she return if she is? I don't know! It's possible that this was V's character arc. She went from a psychotic, ruthless, unempathetic killer who enjoyed murdering her victims to sacrificing herself to save the ones she cared about. Redemption, villain to hero, classic piece of storytelling. This was destined to be V's fate, for her to redeem herself in the end. This is exactly what I thought might, and technically still could, happen to Khan or N later down the line. And of course, there's also the possibility that she didn't even die. We never got confirmation that she's dead, it just ends on a cliffhanger. We never see her body, we never even see her get attacked or killed. There's a chance that she could be alive and well and appear in the next episode to continue to badass once again. While this would be awesome, and could be the case, I think it might also upset some of the fan base, similar to if she is dead but comes back later, because then you could argue that the ending was completely pointless and her sacrifice was all for nothing, since she would be back anyway. Regardless of reasons and theories aside, this death is an incredibly powerful moment. Nobody was expecting one of the three main characters to die like that, and to do it so close to the end of the season as well. There's only 2 episodes after this. This is by far probably the saddest scene in the entire show. V was an awesome character, and as much as I would like for her to come back, if she is dead and gone for good, then god damn it did her character go out with one hell of an end. And I'm interested to see how these next 2 episodes are gonna play out without her. You got us good with this one, Liam. You got us good. Overall, I really liked episode 6. It was a big improvement from episode 5, and it added a lot to the table that completely threw me off guard. I wish I could talk more about this episode and this show in a much more clear and coherent way, but, I'm not really good at that. But anyway, that's about all I got. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end here, especially thanks to you, because that means that you took time out of your day to watch this video to the end. And, yeah. Murder Drones is an amazing show. I could sing praises about it all day. You know this already. You know how it is, obviously. And, yeah, that's about it. Bye.